Hi KKC people, welcome to this video. This video is about Cognizant Cypress Selenium real interview questions for 8 to 15 years experience. JD, proficient in scripting test cases with Java, Selenium and TestNG, experience in Cypress and JavaScript, experience in Azure DevOps and cross-browser testing, knowledge on Agile, Postman and Jira. So they are not only expecting experience on Cypress, they are also expecting experience on Selenium. So for Selenium, they are using the programming language Java and TestNG along with it, and for Cypress they are using JavaScript. So please go through the interview questions, testing questions. So first one is explain your experience on writing automation frameworks. So automation frameworks. So what are the automation frameworks you use? Selenium and Cypress. So how you are dealing with the writing code for that one? Those things you need to explain. Second one is how you maintain your test cases. So test case maintenance involves test case management tools we can use, or you can use Excel, or you can use docs, or we can use some code dry. So don't repeat yourself kind of principles to maintain the codes. We can organize the test cases, we can automate the test cases, all those things you will test, right? And the next one is how you automate UI test sequences. Explain your experience with Selenium testing and Express. The same first question is repeated in a different manner. If you are finding a page, okay, so that is a UI page, how you will take consideration for testing. So based on the test cases only, we are going for automation or manual based on the test cases we written. So for which kind of scenario we go for Selenium, for which scenario we are going for Cypress. Those things they are expecting here. Fourth one is how you validate RESTful API calls. So RESTful API calls includes response validation, input validation, load testing, security testing, static analysis, dynamic analysis, fuzz testing. So all those things we need to go for that one. Next one is how you handle bug life cycle using Jira. So Jira is very good tool for bug life cycle management. So when we are creating a new issue, so it will become in the new state and in the open state, and then it will be assigned to some person, a developer or a team, to resolving that particular thing. So that then it is go to the assigned stage. After that it will be still in the open stage, because when the developer starts analyzing and working on the bug, after that it will be go for in the testing stage, and if the testing is not done, it will go for the open stage again. So this is retesting reopen stages. After that bug is resolved, we can verify that one, and if it is finished, then we can close the bug. Like that it has the life cycle. You need to explain all those things. Automation testing, how you do test web services. So web services testing is an important part when it comes for testing. So we need to understand the WSTL file. We need to find out what are the operations present in it, what are the request format, what are the response format, what are the tools we are going to use. Like that we need to do a lot of operations in that one. So for testing a web service, we need to validate the web service first, and then we need to check the functionality, reliability, performance and security of that one. And we have a lot of tools for that: Apache JMeter, SOAP UI, Postman, Catalan Studio, like that. Second one is explain your working knowledge on Selenium and Cypress. So explain your own knowledge on that one. Third one is test life cycle. So test life cycle involves like requirement analysis, test planning, test case development, test environment setup, test execution, test closure. All the things you need to explain here. And the fourth one is how to use BTD effectively. So BTD involves mainly three things. One is given, when, and then. So given involves the initial context and defining the starting point of the system, and that is having the initial conditions. When will describe the action that triggers a change or behavior in the system. So this is action that you take to cause an event. Then will be for what should occur in the event. Based on the statement, you will expect some results to see based on that only. And the last one is explain your experience on Azure. So for that, Azure is a basic cloud computing model which allows to access computer resources to store data in Microsoft data centers worldwide, so that it will be available worldwide. They are maintaining the data, they're maintaining the applications. We can deploy our applications on that one. So when we need to test that also, those applications only we are going to test. So we just have basic ideas about that. Manual testing. So first one is explain bug life cycle. So bug life cycle is an important part. for handling a bug. So first of all, when we are creating a bug, it will be in the new state, and then some developers will start working on that. Then it will go to the assigned state, and then it will come for open. So once it is open state, the developer will start fixing that one. So we can fix once the developer fixed the bug, it will go for the fixed state, and we can retest it. And the retest is faster. Again, retest we can do. Once this is not cleared, then we can reopen this particular bug, and then it will go for the open state again. And then we can, once it is done the same steps, then we can verify it and we can close it. If it is not a bug, then we can reject it or we can defer it based on the situations. Next one is what is verification testing. So verification testing is like a process in software development to ensure two things. Okay, one is that the product or system meets a specified requirement, or a product or system that adheres to the design and development standards. So those two things we need to be ensure for the verification testing. And then validation testing. So validation testing means they are ensuring the products and performance matches the consumer needs. That is the validation testing. Next one is end-to-end testing. So it's a key quality assurance activity which is for checking the behavior of the system start to finish. So the expected behavior is it is behaving like that, we need to do. Next one is test cases, test plan, test scenario, and data. So test cases are like the actions to verify the functionalities, performance, or design. So it includes test steps, data, prerequisite, and post conditions. So test scenarios, we can interact with the product after how it is getting interacted. Test plans are like activities fit into the development process. So test data will give verify a future. Elementary questions. So this is first one is how to write automation test cases or automation code for responsive web design using Selenium. So Selenium is the only tool which is responsible for handling all the web design, web development. So those things we can test using Selenium. So Selenium is a powerful tool for that one. We can also use that for responsive testing. Also responsive pages also we can use Selenium as the tool. Second one is what is the difference between driver.close and quit. So the difference lies like close the current window, but the running automated tests are underlying. But when we use the quit method, it closes all the browser windows and ends the WebDriver session. So that is the difference between them. And the next one is how you get all the options in buffer and test with a particular keyword for drop down. So we have a web element options, select.get options, so through which we can get all the data and we can use it in a buffer. Java questions. First question is write a program for abstract class. How you implement abstract methods and concrete methods for it. How to use it in a child class. So this is like we need to create abstract class. So we can define the methods there. So those defined methods are called abstract methods that can be implemented in the child class, which is extending the abstract class. And concrete methods are the methods belongs to the abstract class. So those methods also we can use in the child class also. Those things we need to write and explain. Next one is write a program on using runnable interface and extending thread class. So a single program for runnable interface and extending thread class is possible means yes, it is possible. But only one is enough for that. But based on the interview, I can use both and we can write that one. And it will have a common run method that will be uh, run as a thread method. Okay. Third one is when we use tree map, write a program to explain tree maps. So tree maps are very useful when we are going for the key value pair of adding the data, and we need some sorted kind of data. So tree maps are very helpful. Question. So first one is how to perform API testing in Cypress. So it is allowing us to write end-to-end tests for your applications, UI, and API. So Cypress is a great tool for that, and we can have our API user specs .ts files, and in that we can create context, and then with the cy.request we can make request responses, and then we can use assertions to test those conditions. And the second question is what are assertions? How many assertions are available in Cypress? So assertions are great tools for checking the conditions. So we have a lot of assertions available in Cypress, not deep, nested, ordered, any, all. So like that. So many assertions are available. How to maintain test data in Cypress? So that is the next question. So maintain the test data. We can use fixture files, custom commands, environmental variables, data generation libraries, API request, data mocking, seeding and training of the data-driven testing, like that we can do a lot. And how to use BDD with the Cypress. So choosing a BDD plugin compatible with the Cypress, such as Cypress Cucumber preprocessor is there. So through which BDD will be best combined with the Cypress tool. And the next question is how you to combinedly use Mocha and Cypress. So Mocha is a testing framework for JavaScript. So already Cypress is running on JavaScript only. So Mocha gives you the it describe before each method, so which will be very useful for validating the assertions with the help of Mocha. So the code which we written in the Cypress, we can easily validate with Mocha. So okay, it is a testing framework. Okay, so that is easy to understand. Next one is what are the components of Cypress. So the components of Cypress includes Cypress dashboard, test runner, component workbench, built-in Chrome browser, and we have a session libraries, debugging tools, and playgrounds, asynchronous commands. All those things forms the components of Cypress. How to use Cypress in cross-browser testing. So Cypress is a great tool. It creates a script in the package JSON and passing the all the YML files, YAML files by directly passing the command to run the Cypress test in the YAML file. So when you specify the browser name, so it will be a great tool for doing the cross-browser testings. So first one is how you select the first element and last element from an array. So for this purpose, we have the array.add method in JavaScript, which also allows access the elements in the array by the index. So the 0th index will be the first element, and the length -1 will be the last index, through which we can find the last and the first element. So then second question is write a code to disable a button. So disabling buttons and all comes under CSS. So they're asking in JavaScript, I don't know, but we can use the button dot disabled is equal to true functionality inside the JavaScript, and we can enable that one. So the third question, like how to execute authentication using Cypress and JavaScript. So Cypress authentication is having Auth0 integration. So we need to navigate to the Auth0 login, and we need to validate our user credentials and then sign in and return back to the Cypress real world application. So it will catch the results in the CY.session. So that's how it is managing the authentication. Fourth one is what is set, right example. So set is storing only the data which is unique. So duplicate data are not allowed in set. So that is the great usage of set in JavaScript. Last one is what are the array manipulations you are aware of. So a lot of array manipulations available from sum, reduce, filter, map. So many options are available, many manipulations are available. REST API questions. So first one is how to do REST API testing for get and post calls. So this is the uh, basic question. Okay, for REST API, we are going for testing the get and post calls usually. So we will give the URL and we will give the credentials that is necessary for the basic authorization, and then we can make the call. If it is 200 success, then we can get the data. So it is getting correctly, or else 404 or 429 or 414 any other numbers are coming means the data is not correctly fetching and it is not a success. So based on that we can validate our queries. Second one is how to handle authentication Postman. So basic authorization is authorization. They have the username and password parameters. Authentication relates like two-factor authentications. Those parameters we need to validate in the below bar of the URL bar. Below we have the options we need to give there. Next one is what are the methods available in REST. We have get, put, post, delete options methods available. So some more methods are available like patch and all, but these 4 to 5 are common methods. Test ng questions. Question is explain all the test ng annotations with examples. So lot of annotations are available in test ng. The test ng annotations will work with the Selenium web drivers. So it is having a lot of things like before test, before class, before method, test case, after method, after class, after test, after switch. So basic validations and all available. So those things we are asking. Such questions. First one is what are the best practices of using Cypress and Selenium? So you need to explain your own experiences here. Second one is explain your knowledge on QA process, test planning, test case generation, defect management. Explain agile process. So explain all your own experiences for these questions. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Testing Labs here to Z.